Welcome back to the Years of Making podcast with your hosts,
Lizzie
and Noah. Today is episode 21 of the Years of Making podcast. Last episode, we actually didn't do a podcast. We did a house tour, which was a change of scenery, and everybody seemed to love it. So we appreciate you guys and your support on that. But today, we are pretty much out of new home content to put out for you guys. So we're back to regular episodes. So today, I was talking to Lizzie, and I thought it would be a good idea to go through our cat Honey and how kind of that whole process worked and how it is living with a cat. I thought it was a cool idea just to talk about Honey because we started the podcast obviously after we got the cat. So I feel like there's a lot to talk about and a little bit of unknown for you guys, unless you know us, very well personally and know the story about Honey. So before that, I got a little icebreaker to do. We haven't done an icebreaker in several months, so it's about time. So I don't know what the name of this game is called, but pretty much I'm going to say a letter. Lizzie's going to say a letter at the same time, and then we try to come up with a word that is 5 letters or more.
Are you doing the beginning or ending?
You'll do the first letter. I'll do the last letter. So we're trying to come up with the word that starts with that letter and ends with that letter.
We might just have to play it to explain it.
Yeah. It'll make more sense. So on 3, we'll both say a letter. Lizzie will say the letter it starts with. I'll say the letter it ends with, and it's our goal to come up with a word that fits that description. First to 5 wins. Okay. Ready? Good? Okay. 3, 2, 1, B.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it.
It's gotta be 5 letters or more.
I can know half one.
What?
Wait, so wait, oh, never mind. I don't
5 letters, starts with a B, ends with a B. Are we stupid?
I was gonna say.
I know what you're gonna say.
Okay, let's redo it.
Okay, that was
a terrible
that was
example.
bad.
Okay.
3, 2, 1,
C.
A.
Chihuahua.
Very good.
Is it in with the A?
Yeah, definitely. All right. Okay.
Hold on, let me think.
3, 2, 1,
T.
G. Tasing. 1 to 1. Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1,
C.
O. Cameo. 2 to 1.
No one's gonna win. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1,
G.
A. Guinea?
Wait, in it.
Yeah. G,
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
It's EA. Yeah, you're.
3 to 1.
I don't.
Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1, T.
F. Flute. No. That's G.
Fruit.
I inspired your answer.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Fruit. Okay. 4 to 1.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, C.
W.
That's too hard.
Okay.
3, 2, 1,
D.
S.
Domingos.
Doritos. I'm sorry? What did you say?
said that.
Domingos? What is that?
I was thinking of flamingo.
Okay, 5-1.
Okay, let me look up.
Good game, Lizzie.
No, I think it's flamingos.
Domingos? That's a Spanish
Oh,
word.
God.
That's Sunday in Spanish.
Okay, it's a thing.
No, it's not. Domingos. Lizzie, you can't. Okay, no. You lost. Just take the
I
L.
was thinking of flamingos.
Flamingo. What? That's
I
not even the
for
right
some reason added a D. Okay, never.
Dominoes would have worked.
Maybe that's what I was trying.
Okay.
Okay.
5-1, Noah, Dub City. So, you're so silly. So today's episode, like we said, was about honey, and we got married obviously in October of 2023, and we got honey in December of 2024. Nope.
No, yeah, same year.
Sorry, 2023. I'm sorry. So it took us literally 2 months to get a cat.
So to be honest with you, we would have probably got one within the first week we got married. But we wanted to adjust the life together because we didn't live together before marriage. And also, we went on a shorter honeymoon to Charleston because we were still in college. So we went on a shorter honeymoon to Charleston for our like small honeymoon, and then 2 months after our wedding, we were going to go on a big cruise. So we didn't want to leave like a kitten that we just got like at home by itself because the cruise was like 10 days maybe.
8 nights, yeah.
Yeah, 8 nights. So and then it would have been about 10 days because we
flying there and back.
Yeah. We stayed a day after the cruise and we flew in a day before the cruise. So that was our main reason behind waiting a little bit to get a cat. If it wasn't for that, honestly, probably would have got one within the first week or so.
Yeah, but have to.
Looking back, it was.
You have to get used to things. You had obviously me and Lizzie never lived together, so we had to get used to that. We wanted to make sure we were situated and fully moved in before we, brought a living being into our lives. So we made our decision that we wanted to adopt a cat once we got back from our cruise. So the day we got honey was December 16th.
Literally the day after we got back.
17th.
It was a Monday.
17th, because we got back. It was the 8th to the 16th was our cruise. So.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 17th. Because it was a week away from Christmas.
So
Christmas Eve. Yep.
I was looking at like animal shelters, animal protection societies, and I like the idea of an animal protection society. We found her at the one in Durham, and actually found her online. It is the cutest picture of her. Like they took a picture of her like in her cage or whatever. So I found her online. I was like, I'm thinking this is the one that we were wanting, because we did want one that was younger, but not like so young. Because if they're younger, they're not super set in their ways yet, so they can kind of adjust to a new life. Whereas like, not that older cats can't adjust, but I just feel like that younger ones adjust better. So we went to the Animal Protection Society of Durham, and I think she was one of the first ones we saw, and she gave us the
poutiest eyes I've ever seen.
Like, she was putting on a front, and she knows she was.
Of course.
Like,
they know what they're doing.
Like, she looked at us. I think I was about to cry at that point in time, and they were like, do you want to, because they had like a little cage area where you could interact with them before you like committed to getting this animal. They were like, do you want to, play with her? I was like, yes. And I think I was about to cry.
You were.
Like, I was about to cry. She was so sweet and super playful and crazy. And she just got crazier from there.
So we decided, I think Lizzie looked beforehand, and we kind of knew that, she's who we wanted, but we went and looked at some of the cats in there, and we finally found the cat, Honey, that we were looking for. got her out of the cage and were able to, kind of just play around with her. And we just knew that it was, love at first sight.
But some people don't know this. Her name was not Honey.
No.
No, what was her name? Guava. Her name? Her, like the fruit, like guava, the fruit. So that
Which is neat, but
it is.
It just doesn't fit us.
It wasn't fitting for her.
No.
And we didn't. When did we end up naming her?
What?
When did we end up naming her? When she got home?
I think we were sitting in bed one night and we were like brainstorming. I just like it just clicked for me, and I was like, Honey.
But it was so funny because her coloring is so interesting. She looks like a raccoon, but she also has a little bit of orange hints, like oranges, yellow hints. So like Honey just fits her. It fits her perfectly.
And I don't know where the name came from. It was just kind of something that popped in my mind. I don't know. It just seemed like it fit. I mean, before we even met her, I was like, yeah.
And then we got her and we were like, oh, this is her name.
The colors fit.
Her name is Honey.
Cool.
And we will have to post, we'll probably post pictures of when we first got her on our podcast.
Instagram.
We look back
Follow it.
and I totally forgot how tiny, like she was, I think, like I look back and I want to cry. Like she was the tiniest thing. How old was she? She was 4 months. She was 4 months old when we got her.
Estimated. They don't know her exact birth date, but she's estimated just based on her growth that she was 4 months old.
But the girl who was working there told us that Honey has been by this girl's side ever since she was like teeny tiny, because I want to say, I don't want to say this wrong, but I want to say they can't get adopted until they reach a certain age. Because the good thing is with the Animal Protection Society, she came with, I think she came with a few vaccines, but the main thing was she came neutered or spaded, whatever. If you go out and get that done, that's a few $100s.
Definitely. Yeah.
So we paid $100 fee for her, and that included a bunch of things that she already had prior. And it was so sad. She like just got that surgery done when we adopted her. So her like incision was like super fresh, and like her stomach was shaved. And like we were
so careful.
We couldn't like really
pick her up
or anything. I mean, really gently, but we were so afraid to I was so afraid to touch her for the first little bit. I'm like, I do not want to. I mean, she's so tiny to begin with, and then I don't want to like hurt her surgery. But yeah, it was super nice getting her through that, because I mean, yeah, it came with a lot of things.
Yeah, the $100 fee came with,
I think it might have came with more. I just can't think.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great deal. I mean, I don't know if it was a special they were running or if that's what it normally is, but $100 for a wet old cat, with all of her, stuff chopped off and all of her, vaccines and stuff like that. You can't complain. I mean, I think that's a good price, and, we've had plenty of memories and good times with Honey. And we always joke with her that, she cost us $100, so she can't be bad.
When she misbehaves, Noah holds her up and is like, "We paid $100 for you. How dare you act like that?" It's so funny. It's a joke.
So after we got Honey, we brought her to the house.
Well, you remember we went to the pet store after?
Yeah, we walked her in the pet store.
We took her to PetSmart because we had to get. They also gave us
food.
A little bag that actually lasted a good while of pet food. And I had to get. I mean, it would last probably a few weeks, but I needed to get a bigger bag. So we took her in her little carrier bag in PetSmart for the first time.
Yeah, that was a sight to see. But when she got home, she was just kind of curious, walking around. But within the first few weeks, she became the crazy loon she is. I mean, she was shy at first, But
Not
obviously,
no more.
she broke out of her shell pretty quickly, and was running around the apartment like nobody's business.
She loved at the apartment. She still does. She loves windowsills. So she would lay in the windowsill. She loves to look out the window. She loves hair bows. Loved hair bows. I don't know if you want to get into that.
Okay.
So like the hair bows, like you put your hair up with. So she loved them. She loved to play with them. She loved to play with my hair bows, because they would like slide across the floor and they were super light. So she could just like hit that thing, and then she'd pick up in her mouth and run with it and play with it. Well, we were super careful because I had the thought, I'm like, in case she swallows it, we made an effort to pick up these hair bows if we left the house when she was done playing with them, like they weren't just left. Well, so we thought. So I am doing an internship in Raleigh, and I am on my way home from my internship in Raleigh. Noah calls me and is like, Lizzie, honey, I just got home. Honey threw up this weird looking thing. I don't know what in the world it is. I'm like,
what did I say it was? Like seaweed or something?
I don't know what.
Or like algae?
Because we just went to the beach or something. I don't know. I don't know how Noah felt like a sea creature stuck in our bag or something. Anyways, so I'm like, send me a picture. And I'm like, Noah, I have no idea what in the world that is. I'm like, get a paper towel. I know this is gross. Get a paper towel and try to feel and touch it because I don't know what it is. Like, I couldn't even begin to wrap my head around what it is. Come to find out, she was like the hair bows, like they're circular. Well, she was biting them in half, so they were long. They weren't a circle anymore. They were like it was one long piece. Well, it was probably, how many do you think it was?
6 to 8, probably.
It was probably 6 to 8 attached together. I mean, it was such a God thing because she is just a tiny cat. The vet said she won't grow anymore. She's only 7 pounds. I don't know how she threw that up because, I've seen reels where it gets stuck in the cat's like intestines or something and they have to have like a crazy surgery. So it was definitely a God thing that she was able to hurl that up, but that was just one of many honey stories.
Yeah, it was scary, but like the thing was, if we knew she was doing that, we would have stopped her and put all of them away. But I think she would like chew on them and swallow them while we were sleeping because we noticed that the hair bows would disappear, but like there were several things in her bedroom that like it could have gone under, and we found them in there in the couch cushions all the time. So we just assumed that she had hit them all and they'd all gone under something, but turns out that she swallowed them. So we never have let her play with a hair bow.
Once that happened, we looked all around the house collecting every hair bow.
Yeah.
She's not allowed to play them again. Yep. That's to say the least.
So that was kind of the story of Honey, adopting Honey. I don't remember much about how we named her, but I just know it like kind of popped in my head.
She just clicked.
And it was something that I was like, yeah, let's name the cat Honey. So that was her adoption story. And since then, obviously, from the apartment, she moved to this home. When she got here, she was also like her original self when she moved in with us. Like she was very
timid.
Like slow, timid to the home. But within a week, she took it all in and was like running around like crazy. So that was kind of the story of Honey's total adoption. But definitely want to dive into some other things. Let's dive into who Honey is as a cat, because
who is she not? She has so many different personalities. It's insane. Right now, she's being a little angel baby. She's super calm. She's looking out this back sliding door because we like open it a little bit for her.
I think she's looking at the dishwasher. I can see her in the reflection right there. She's looking right at the dishwasher.
She loves the dishwasher.
So attributes of Honey. She's a wild child sometimes. She gets zoomies a lot. She likes to run around the house. She loves playing with toys, regardless of what the toy is. I can throw anything and she'll go chase it down.
She is so wild and has so much energy. The vet told us, they were like, she needs to gain weight because she's running around all the time. Like, homegirl gets fed meals and snacks and everything.
She's very nosy.
Yeah, she's
like
very
her mama.
Watch it.
Just kidding. Very nosy. She will get all up in your business. She likes to, explore each room of the house, explore stuff she probably shouldn't be in.
She likes to. What is very weird about Honey? She loves water. So I'll be, one of us will be in the shower, and the like shower curtain and the plastic piece, there's like a ledge. She will sit on the ledge of the shower. I guess because it's like steamy and hot.
I don't think she likes the water. She just likes the heat of the steam. What's
weird is after like I shower or you shower, she'll get in the bathtub where it's wet. Like maybe she likes it on her paws or something. Which is just so funny. And then if we have to make sure to keep the toilet lid closed because she does like to get in the toilet as well. So
yeah, Honey, it just depends on the time of day. She sometimes is a sleepy baby. She sometimes is a wild old goose. It just kind of depends. And sometimes she's in the middle. Usually we can tell by
her ears,
her pupils,
and her
ears. If her pupils are, very open and wide, that means she is a crazy child and she has zoomies. But if it's like that thin and it's like a thin line, she's in a very like chill and, calm state of mind. So anywhere in between, it's kind of obviously in between. So if it's opening up a little bit, she's going a little crazy, but she's still calm to a certain degree. But it's funny, you can tell by her eyes and her ears how what kind of mood she's in and what she's what she's trying to do or get into and whatnot. So that's kind of Honey's attributes. Also, we can kind of go over Honey's nicknames, which I think everyone that comes over has a different nickname for Honey. The one we probably use the most is Honey Margie, which is Lizzie's family's cat. His name is Stella, but her middle name is Margaret. Anna, Lizzie's youngest sister's middle name is Margaret. Is Margaret a family name?
Yeah, it is. It's just been kind of passed down.
So, yeah, Margaret turned into Margie. They call Stella Margie, so we call Honey Margie. So I guess Honey's middle name is Margaret. I don't know why.
Who knows?
Honey Margaret Robinson. But we call her Honey Margie most of all.
Wild Child.
Angel Baby.
Homegirl.
Stink-a-wink.
It was funny because one of my best friends, Bella.
Kale.
Yeah. So somehow one of my best friends, Bella, her and her fiance were talking about like Honey. And the name Honey came up, and Kale, her fiance, was like, "Who is that?" Because I tend to call her Homegirl so much. Kale thought her name was Homegirl. It was so funny. I'm like,
that's funny.
I guess I do call her Homegirl that much. It's just I didn't realize it until that moment.
So there's Honey Margie, Angel Baby, Weddle Loon,
Damon,
Stink-a-wink,
Little Damon,
Booger. Let's see, Honey. There's probably more.
Yeah, those are just most common ones, probably.
Angel Baby, Little Baby, Honey Margie. Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. That's about it of them. I don't think there's anything else. Crazy Old Loon, Weddle Kit. Pretty much anything. Anything we can come up with. And so we can talk about Honey's favorites. Honey's favorite.
I think that one of her favorite toys. I don't know if they can see it that camera. It's right here.
Well, just grab it. I can grab it.
You got it?
Yeah.
It's right here. So it's funny. This was a mouse. It is gone through the trenches. So
Honey's looking at it.
She saw it.
So you want to tell the story about this?
So this is the only toy. Okay, so she had two toys, I want to say, when she was at the animal shelter. So the other one got torn to pieces, but this is her last toy from the animal shelter. To be honest, this thing needs to go in the garbage. I
It's just memories, bro.
I cannot bring myself to
Nostalgia.
it because it's just the mouse no longer has a face. It's just it is what it is. But
That's definitely her favorite toy.
It's her favorite toy.
She likes anything with like a fishing hook, like anything
Oh,
like a fish
yes.
at the end of a hook that can bounce up and down. She
loves
likes
her
that. Anything that makes
avocado.
noise. She likes her
Likes her
avocado,
avocado.
something that she can like scratch at
Her
and like
chicken.
make biscuits on, but it won't like break.
For Christmas,
Durable stuff.
For Christmas, I had a great idea to buy her this chicken. And the thing box all the time, and it's like you can do kind of a slingshot so you can like.
Well, not anymore because she tore it.
Never mind. But with the fishing rod thing, she is on her like third one. She just tears them up. I mean, she goes crazy over it. So
I think that's a mixture of her favorite toys, and then
and she loves those pom pom balls.
Oh yeah.
I got her. Well, we got her this gun.
Yeah.
It's a gun for us that shoots these pom pom balls.
Yeah.
And she chases them. She loves it. But
she like a bag of like 100 and some that we were still going
She
through.
doesn't even need the gun. She just like loves the pom poms.
Yep.
And like it's funny because she lets us know she's hungry by putting one of the pom poms in her food bowl.
Or her original toy, she puts it in her food bowl.
Yes. Her blue mouse or her pom pom goes in the food bowl if she's hungry.
And honestly, one of her favorite toys isn't even a toy, and it's just her food. She grabs her food out of her bowl and just like plays around with it, like because our floors are hardwood, so she can anything can slide on the floor. So she takes her food out of her bowl and takes it out and just pushes it underneath doors and just plays with it all around the house. That's probably her most favorite toy.
But the funny thing is, she eats it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. She like attacks it, like it's her prey, and she has to attack it to be able to eat it. And then once she fully attacks it and plays with it enough, she eats it.
But I think I looked it up, and it's like pretty normal for cats to do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, girl, she is working. She's working for that food.
And human snacks, Lizzie. She loves Cheez-Its.
She loves Cheez-Its. She also loves like any type of meat, and she loves ranch, and she loves peanut butter. It's so funny because in the mornings I usually have two rice cakes with peanut butter. I don't even have to have the peanut butter out yet. She'll hear me opening the rice cakes, and like it'll be from the other room. Come in here, tries to get that peanut butter. She loves peanut butter.
And she like once she eats something that she likes, she like licks her lips for like a straight minute.
Yes, and she'll like bathe herself afterwards. I'm like, girl, it must have been that good.
It's very interesting. So she likes. We just feed her usually just dry food. We've fed her wet food in the past, but
we just do that. For
we kind of resort back to dry food.
Yeah, when we first got her, I was giving her wet food snacks. That lasted about 3 months because she was waking us up like a newborn baby in the middle of the night at like 3 or 4 a.m. So I was getting up every night at 3 a.m. to feed her wet food because that was her snack. That was her appetizer before breakfast.
She loved it.
She did love it.
And then what does Honey like to do for fun?
She loves to look out windows, and she looks out the windows. The window, where her cat tree is in her room, she can look out the window. And then we have a front glass door and a back glass door, so she loves to sit in front of it and like get sun where it's like warm and look for birds.
Yep, she does this like weird bird call thing.
She does.
She does that. She likes people watching, like her mama. She likes to watch people, likes to watch cars drive by. She likes to see the cats and the dogs and all the animals in the neighborhood. She's very curious, like Curious George. Like she will just like stare at everything, just like her mama. Like
you better watch it.
She loves like looking out windows, not just to look out, just to see, the birds that are flying by, the animals, the people walking their dogs and riding bikes, skateboards, whatever.
I mean, we always have probably at least 2 blinds open in the house at one time for her to look out at.
If not, she'll whine.
If they're all not open, Like, she'll come to the ones in our bedroom and hit them.
Scratch them.
She'll scratch and hit them if they're not open. I'm like, you are so spoiled.
Crazy loon. Besides looking out windows, obviously she likes, like we mentioned, just chasing her toys around, chasing her food around. We got her a new cat tree, and she loves just like making biscuits on that.
If you need good cat trees, go to Costco.
Costco is where to go.
This is not sponsored. I wish it was.
Yeah, I wish it was too. But yeah, she just enjoys like exploring, climbing around, jumping up and down, just like a crazy cat would.
She does not. She's not one of those type of cats that sits in one spot for the whole day.
Yeah,
she's
a mover.
She's a go-getter.
She loves to like play around as well.
Do you see her right now loafing?
Yeah, she also loves to loaf. Loafing is her. That's her everything.
She also, okay, sorry to interrupt.
No.
She does this weird thing. She lays down on the floor, but her back legs go out like a doll. It's very odd.
She also does this weird thing where she winks at us. It's like
She does wink at us.
And like, there's certain medicine that we use for it, and it just doesn't work.
We talking about?
Look at
she knows we're talking about her.
And then one thing she does is when she gets scared or when she sees a dog or a cat, like she gets a really big tail.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a defense mechanism to make her look bigger. But she's very like, I don't know, she's very cautious and scared sometimes. So like when me and Lizzie are just like playing with her, like we'll like sneak in behind her and scare her behind the back, and that'll make her tail get big. It's usually just like because she's scared or she wants others to seem that she is bigger than she actually is. So that's a little bit of what Honey does. Obviously, she's a professional loafer, professional yapper, like her mama. And Lizzie, let's go through Honey's daily routine. Let's start.
I don't even know her daily routine.
I mean, obviously, we're asleep and not here for most of the day.
Come to the door at 6 a.m. and start whining until she gets food and her blinds are open.
So this is the routine. So we'll start from 6 a.m. Well, throughout the night, we hear her meowing because we don't let her sleep in our bedroom, because when we do, she makes a bunch of ruckus. We're not able to sleep, and we're,
it's not a good time. It would be a good time if she would cooperate, but
yeah, I mean, we've let her sleep with us before. It's just we lose so much sleep that there's just no point, because we're just gonna lose sleep and just be froggy in the morning. Honey starts to, she sleeps during the night, obviously, but she wakes us up, tries to wake us up she meows. She's like, meow, 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 pretty much all night long. She's done this new thing where she starts grabbing underneath the door and pulling the door. So it sounds like somebody's at our door, like trying to open it. That started to get annoying, definitely. And she starts scratching the floor underneath the door. She'll just start scratching the floor like she's just pooped or something. Like she's trying to cover her smell, but obviously she's just trying to get in to our door. And it doesn't make any sense, because when we open our door, she just doesn't do anything. She just walks in and walks out. So I guess she just wants to make sure we're alive, which I appreciate. So after 6 a.m., when she is trying to wake us up, I'll get up at about 6:30, go give her food, open up her blinds, open up the blinds in her bedroom, and then her blinds out here probably. Make sure she's good on water and food. And then Lizzie will get up a little bit after me and just play around with the cat as much as she can. And the cat will just be meowing. When we leave for work, she's just chilling. Probably having some zoomies without us, but probably most of the time sleeping.
Probably.
When we get home, we feed her again, usually half a scoop and then half a scoop later on. But her daily routine is zoomies, loafing, sleeping, and
eating.
Trying to wake us up.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of everything. So besides the hair tie incident, do you have another favorite memory? My favorite memory or just circumstance would be in the old apartment.
In the mouse?
No. So my favorite would be in the old apartment. In the hallway, we used to have the soundproof walls, and she would climb up that like Spider-Man. I loved showing people when they came over that. Mm-hmm. That was really cool. And then she also on one of the door frames in the old house, I used to hang that fish hook down from one of those door frames, and she would climb up the side of the wooden door frame like an acrobat and like go like 5 feet into the air, like literally jump and climb it.
She
and grab
jumps. It's crazy how high she jumps.
She can jump so high, it's insane. But my favorite memory has to do with those two things, just like her, just like jumping to really high heights and just being really high. And my favorite memory here so far is she can get on top of the cabinets, and I think it's really funny that she just like crawls around the top of the cabinets. Like she can literally stand up on her hind legs and touch the ceiling, just because our cabinets are close to the ceiling. But that's probably my favorite thing of her doing here, just getting on top of the cabinets. It's really funny because she's so high up, and you can't even reach her at that point. She's a professional climber. Do you have a favorite memory? Not, I mean, obviously you already said one, but that's not a good memory.
I agree with you. I think it's funny how we were trying to figure out how she was getting on top of the cabinets. But we watched her one day. She's getting on the countertops, which I do not like her to do. And then she jumps from the countertops to the fridge to the cabinets. So
she's crazy.
She is a ninja.
And then just want to go through a few other things. Firstly, would like to kind of give advice to someone who may want a pet, and advice from the standpoint of having a cat. Honestly, I think it's the best to get a cat before you have a child, because it teaches you like parental things. You may not think it does, but like,
I mean, of course not to that extreme.
Yeah,
but
like,
the very basics.
You have to understand, like, when to feed the cat, when to clean it up after it, and I think having a pet before you have a child is a very beneficial thing. Also, one thing I've learned with having a cat, that you need to buy like specifically things for cats and dogs. You need to buy stuff that is durable and that's not going to break. Like, for example, we got like cheaper stuff when we first got the cat because we wanted to save money. But at the end of the day, unfortunately,
she's going to tear it up.
She's going to tear it up. And when you get fragile stuff, it's going to be fragile in the first place, and it's going to break easier. So like that cat tree, we got Honey, we dropped $100 on it, but it's going to last us a lot longer than the one that we originally got her from Amazon for like $27 or whatever it was. So I would recommend for literally anything, get your animal, your pet, more durable items. Spend a little bit more to get the more durable items so that you don't have to go back and replace those items every single year, if not more frequently. That would be my advice, to spend the extra dollar here and there to make sure you're getting, not necessarily making your pet live luxurious, but like you need to get things that are going to stand the test of time, and she can, go through it, make her biscuits, chew it up, and it's still going to be okay after, several years. Do you have any tips for other cat owners?
I mean,
or animal owners?
I think it was like, even though we had to wait 2 months, I think it was worth the wait. If sometimes life happens and it's just not a good time to get an animal, and in the neighborhood we're in, it's just sad to see, that people just don't take care of their animals. And you don't mean to come from a judgmental state, but it's, if you're going to get an animal, there is responsibilities that come with it. So I think that's important to keep the responsibilities in mind. You can't just take them home and, as we're talking about her.
And obviously, as a pet owner, make sure you can, before you get an animal, make sure that you can take care of it, because, you can have a pet, but that doesn't mean you're going to, necessarily take care of it. It's good it's going to teach you a little bit of responsibility to keep track of, cleaning after it and feeding it and, playing with it, because that's going to prepare you to eventually have a child one day, as I mentioned before. But here's Honey making her grand entrance.
She's currently eating a string, if you're wondering.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
And what has Honey Margie taught us, Lizzie? Honey, what have you taught us?
Um,
I mean, I think she's taught us how to be a
think.
parent, like slowly. I mean, obviously, we're not there yet.
And how to, I mean, not only
Nurture and care for,
I
how to
think-
treat an
yeah.
animal, you know.
just how to take care of someone other than yourself. And yeah, that
Or
comes
something,
with
yeah.
getting married too, taking care of someone other than yourself. But I don't know. I just think, like Noah said, I mean, as crazy and ridiculous as it sounds, it is a good thing to learn before having a child, you know, taking care of someone else and getting up at random times of the night to feed them when you do not want
Right.
to.
Right.
And, you know, taking them to the doctor
Yeah.
or hospital or, well, in this case, it would be vet when needed.
Yep.
So,
Be loving and, you know, don't be super rough. And, I mean, that's going to teach you for later on in life. I mean, I think it's a good thing to know to, you know, care about your pet and, you know, don't abuse your pet, you know, take care of it. And if you're able to do that for a pet, then, you know, eventually you're going to be able to do that for a child as well.
and also adopt. It is, I mean, when we went to look for her, there were so many cats there. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we knew we wanted to get her because we looked online beforehand and we liked how she interacted with us, but there were so many cats.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't.
So many opportunities.
Yeah,
to
and
adopt.
even if you're going to look at the dogs, there's just so many adoptable
And
dogs.
They sometimes run. They like are full. Like the pounds are full or whatever. So they'll have them out for like free or like for half off or, you know, anything like
crazy
that.
price.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, honey, do you have anything to say? I think she just wanted to sniff it. But yeah, that's our cat, Honey Margaret Robinson. Her birthday is
It's
4 months before December.
It's August.
August 17th, I think.
Mhm.
It's either 16th or 17th. I forget. But yeah, that's Honey. We just wanted to tell you guys about who Honey is. And obviously, you've seen her come around in the videos, and she is the star of the show. So she needed an introduction. So whenever you see Honey again, just tell her hey. Tell her that you love her because we love her. She's crazy Lynn. And she's being sweet right now. But, you know, in about 5 minutes, she's going to be running around the house like a chicken with its head cut off.
It's true.
So we appreciate you guys listening to episode 21 of the Years of Making podcast. We promise you we have some upcoming episodes with some guests as well as some upcoming life updates for you guys. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Years in the Making Pod, I believe, and give us a follow down there and subscribe to our channel. We just hit 60 subscribers and we are on the road to 100. So the quicker you subscribe, the easier, you know, we're going to have a road to 100. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. And it's been Noah and Lizzie from the Years of Making podcast. We love you guys, and we hope you have a blessed day. Goodbye. Peace out.